It's Black Van Man. Where am I? Speaker's Corner yet again. 29th of the 9th, 19. Come to test the gist of the nation. See what people have got to say. Follow me. Let's go.
Don't follow people. Don't follow anything on the internet, whether it's Twitter or Facebook or anything. Follow God and follow Jesus. He is the true Messiah. He led a blood-stained footpath, and you must put your feet in his blood-stained footprints and follow him. I'm preaching, mate. I'm preaching. Jesus is the true Messiah. That's what they tried to hide. That's why they changed the Bible. The Muslims are right. They did change the Bible. The reason they changed the Bible.
How you brother? How you doing, bro? You right, yeah? Everything good? Yes, what's up, man? You good, yeah?
Yeah,
Been alright, man. I'm watching. I'm subscribing.
What do you think? What do you think so far?
I told you earlier, man. Keep doing your thing, bro.
Yeah.
I like a different perspective. You
Yeah,
need that.
Yeah, 100%. A lot of people would say that because I get a lot of fight back from.
I've been getting that as well.
You've been getting fight back from your community.
Yeah, I've been getting a hell of a lot of feedback. Just being myself, but at the same time, you're doing you.
Yeah.
You're just doing us. So you have to train what we've been training.
I saw you in an interview the other day, literally, and you said something about. You said something about you being where you're from, North Africa, and being black and Islam and how they.
It was about basically North African.
Yeah, something like that. I only saw the gist of it.
The gist of it was me and my other brother Shaka saying people from North Africa indigenous
Yeah,
to the land.
Yeah.
We kind of tapped in where there's 5 people saying they're the same tribe.
Yeah.
And as an East African and some West African brothers, it's impossible. 5 man there can't be a blonde one of you, a white one, an Arab looking one, and a black one. So we just asked questions and it got a bit technical, but at the end of the day, it was a good debate.
It's a good debate to have,
It went on, and then it just got a bit nasty towards the end, but everyone off camera apologised and it ended well.
To be honest with you, I didn't even see any of that.
You need to
I saw
watch it.
literally about 5 minutes of it, and it just tweaked my interest. You know what I mean? To say, bro, that's really important to what's going on in the streets today, because it's kind of similar to what I'm doing. You said you were talking about indigenous people. Yeah, literally.
Of Africa,
Yeah, literally.
And some of them, with the indigenous ones, there's a lot of discrimination going on in North African countries.
Against the indigenous people of that country.
Indigenous, other fellow Africans. My brother Shakara and Ross have highlighted it, and there's a lot of issues with a lot of Somali brothers and sisters, a lot of sub-Saharan African brothers and sisters as well, from the east to the west.
How you identify yourself.
No, it's not even like they're trapped in cages.
Yeah.
And this is 2019. And this has not been highlighted as much as certain other issues in the Ummah. Me, Brother Isa, Uncle Dan Juma trying to highlight this as black African Muslims.
Yeah.
We're just trying to bring that to the floor, like where there is a lot of discrimination. And if we are Muslims,
being black.
some altercations with some North Africans, some in the east, some in the west. There's a lot of like xenophobia in the south. So we were talking about a lot, and some of the conversation got hijacked again to that, but it's all
Agendas.
good. People come with their agendas, and some people just don't see other people's perspectives. And see things where certain races might not see it as, well, it's not happening to me, it can't happen, or it's not happening around me. Maybe some people just don't know how to feel to be a certain type of person.
You know, you said something about indigenous, and how people are, the indigenous people are being persecuted against, or not persecuted against. There's strife amongst those people.
No, I mean, there's basically there's a lot of discrimination.
Yeah.
Whether it's indigenous people, whether it's some other sub-Saharan African people living in certain regions in North Africa, parts of the east, parts of Sudan. There's a lot going on. Plus with the xenophobia as well, other Africans. So there's a lot going on in the continent, and we're Team Africa right now. We're trying to dissect and we're just trying to find out what in every part of the region of the continent, what is going on.
I'm going to take it to England.
Yes, go ahead.
Take it to England. Take it to
Where
England.
we live. Right now. Yes.
Who are the indigenous people of this country, to your understanding?
This is like English people, it's British.
Could it be me?
It could be you. if you affiliate that
I don't
way, if
see
you
myself as indigenous to the country,
but then
to be honest with you.
But there's certain brothers like us that think they are.
Yeah.
Until a certain scenario, that's what I'm saying. So
Well, we're going with, quite basically, I'm going with bloodline.
you're going black. How do you, black man, identify yourself then? That's more of an interest from Poland.
I identify myself as British, but I've got a British passport. I identify as here as my home because I've lived here all my life.
Yes.
Anywhere else I've been,
yeah.
everywhere else I've been, I've only been there for a month, a couple of weeks here. So for me to say that that place is my home is a disservice to this country in itself.
Yes. And with me, it's more like, I think the UK is more my adopted home.
Yeah.
For me. I'm talking as a refugee as well.
Yeah.
I'm still, I came as a refugee.
Yeah.
Still, you see the planet what's going on in my country. So I see England as my adopted home, and I'm very appreciative of what it's giving me.
Yeah.
But I have another home.
Yeah.
My other home where it's my home.
That's totally.
Here where I feel like
shall I tell you what you said?
I'm adopted here.
Yeah, shall I tell you what you
And
said?
I appreciate it.
Shall I tell you what you said? That's so important. What I really think needs to resonate around the country is that you're appreciative of this.
Some people are, some people are not. Not everyone's the same. This is the problem. We get a lot of people that.
How would you think? All right, listen. Where would you rather go to? Yeah. If you had to go to a country as a refugee in Europe, where would you rather go to instead of England?
I wouldn't know because I've been to a couple of them.
Do you look at them and they say, oh, you know what?
I wouldn't mind.
England was a mistake. Did you do that? Or did you say, oh, England's alright, you know? Over there is a bit different. What did you do?
Like, I've been to Scandinavian countries. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been to Sweden, Norway, and I kind of, apart from the weather, I can see myself maybe if I didn't have the choice of the family.
You're teaching me.
I loved it over there. I've got a lot of family members that I thought, you know, this is a sort of place with the education system where they're more on point. I kind of love their type of lifestyle.
Yeah.
So maybe Scandinavian countries if I had a choice. I didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
Bob's your uncle, England.
Yeah.
I do appreciate it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
That's just me. And I'm just speaking for myself. I have to keep real. With the comments and all of this nowadays, I speak for Khalid as a Muslim, as an African, as a Somalian. I speak for myself. I don't speak for no one else.
Can I just put this on camera as well? I'm speaking to Khalid because I like his energy, the way how he thinks about things critically. He's open to listen, and that's why I come to Khalid to talk to Khalid. You know what I mean?
Always a conversation with you, Black Van, man. Come on, man.
Wait,
Subscribe,
all
like,
about.
and share, man.
But
No, go ahead.
what else was I saying? Where was we?
We were talking about where else would you go if it wasn't England?
Yeah. England's quite. I would say in a
What about you? Say if you were in my scenarios.
I was born here.
Right,
Where would I rather be born? In Europe?
Yeah.
Nowhere.
Nowhere.
In the fact of, I've only been to a few countries in Europe, but I haven't been to Scandinavian countries.
Yeah.
I've been to Barcelona, Rome,
And you didn't feel like-
You
didn't feel like-
what I saw with my own eyes.
Do you feel like you could assimilate them more than the UK?
What I saw with my own eyes was that black people never had no job nowhere, or they were selling fake Gucci bags on the side of the street,
Couple of people been to
fake
Spain.
glasses, all of those kind of things. It seemed like it would have been a lot easier. Yeah, it would be a lot more easier for you to get forward in life
In England.
in England than it would be over there. And I think that a lot of us don't realise
Yeah, I like it.
how good we actually got it. You come from somewhere where your parents told you, no, it was hard to eat, you know, brother.
Yeah, I know.
You know,
I've
like
seen
we
that,
gotta
I've seen
survive. You know, the gunshots that's coming over that building
yeah.
over there. It's a
yeah.
different kind of thing. Do you understand?
different type of
where
environment.
you understand that. Where I was born up in this culture, so it could be easy for me to understand and be like, I've got it hard. The system's on my back, and this is trying to mess me up and that. Well, I ain't really got that philosophy. You understand? I understand that I'm in a country that, for me personally, it's as close to a country that could be my own, but I still don't see it as my own. Do you understand what I'm saying? So for me to be in this country like that, I'm pretty blessed, you know. Like this, I can have a Muslim man over there saying, burn England. I can have another man over there saying, burn Islam. I can have another man over there saying this and that.
It's freedom, but
I'll put it to you, just imagine if you was to put Speaker's Corner, transfer it over to Saudi Arabia. what would happen?
People's heads will be chopped. There'll be literally heads rolling.
And do you know the funny thing?
Rolling.
Yeah, do you know the funny
Certain
thing?
man can't even talk over there.
Yeah,
in
listen,
certain countries,
this
even
is
in
the
China
funny
as
thing.
well.
Yeah.
Even in China, there's
This
certain
is the funny
places.
thing. This is the funny thing. Yeah, we need to be appreciative of that freedom of speech, whether we agree with it or we don't.
This is Black Van Man. You know what? That's why I love talking to you. This is going to lead up to my other question.
Yeah, go on.
Freedom of speech.
Yeah.
And brothers as well. Should there be a limit to it, or should it just be?
I have to
Freedom
talk
of
personally.
speech.
I'd have to talk out for me personally, innit?
But does that count for everyone? Or is it just be this one?
I think every freedom of speech. I'm not very learned on the subject, but just from my personal opinion, everybody should have a right to speech, a freedom of speech. In the fact of, if you say something and it's stupid and it's just based on the fact of my colour, like the Ku Klux Klan have been around for how many years? Generations. They've been around for generations, yeah, and nobody listens to what they say. The reason why nobody listens to what they say is because they can go anytime they want, tune in, listen to what they go and say, realise they just don't like the colour brown, and just be like, they're a load of fools. But if you stop people like that from talking, and then imagine that they're saying something decent, just imagine the Ku Klux Klan come and started having, saying things that resonated with the people of that country. Just imagine if the people, but we didn't listen to them.
Yeah.
But any time a normal person, indigenous to that country, came over and listened to the Ku Klux Klan, something they said resonated with them.
Yeah.
But then when we went, we never listened to them. We just went, nah, we ain't gonna listen to them. They're a bunch of racists, they're a bunch of tossers, whatever. We ain't gonna listen to them. They're just gonna get more and more support, and we're gonna get into a worse place than what we are right now, which is a beautiful place.
That's true.
In my opinion,
Yeah, that's
humble
true.
opinion.
I'm not gonna lie, so that's why, you know, the other conversation we had when it was on CEO, where it was
I love that
integration.
conversation, yeah.
With the
I want to
integration.
talk more about integration than that as
And
well.
that's what,
So much to say.
With that, do you feel like, with the integration thing that you said earlier, where I feel like it is my home, but it's not my home.
Yeah.
At the same time, does the integration part play with it?
100%, you need to integrate. We need to integrate. This is what I've
Because a lot of
heard.
communities are suffering from
this is-
isolation, I think, to myself, where they're scared to express what they're talking about and how they're talking about
Are
it.
you talking about in the black community or Muslim community?
I'm just talking about
Asian
everyone's community. I feel like there's a lot of isolation and some people are
When we
scared.
go to, if you talk about with the black community, I'm going to separate it.
Yeah,
I
go
think it's two different things. If you go with the black community, I believe that the black community are more integrated than the Muslim community. In the fact of, you can go to, when I grew up on my estate, there was Muslims, white people, black people. We were all together, so we were integrated.
That's like my estate as well. Like,
Yeah, literally, I'll go to an area. The other day I went to Woodmains, and some people would say that's a form of integration. There isn't any white people there, there isn't any black people there, there's only Asian people there. And I feel like that's a different form of integration. What people are more pissed off with, the people in this country are more peed off. I think it's a good thing in the fact of, it's a good thing and a bad thing in the fact of you lot got your community and it's safe, your environment's all like, it's all nice and stuff, but it's a bit alienating to other people outside of that community who once used to live there and come out of the community and see, maybe feel ostracized from a place that they used to call home. Yeah.
At the same time, it's just something interesting that, you know, that point where, is it my home? I feel like home.
It's a personal journey, that's my personal journey.
Remember I say like, I feel like England's my adopted home.
Yeah.
But I've got a different home.
Yeah.
And what you picked up on where it is my home, I feel like it's not my home.
Yeah.
So, is the Afro-Caribbean community feeling that way, or is it?
I can't talk for the
Because
Afro-Caribbean community.
we can only talk for ourselves. Because it's something that, remember when you told me I went to Spain, I went to certain places where a lot of Afro-Caribbean community people are struggling to assimilate into them countries.
More than struggling, they're not.
What you've seen with your eyes.
I'd agree with that. Totally welcome to come in. Hello. Black Van Man.
The UK does integration better than anywhere else in the world.
I think so.
Very much so.
The environment is very
No matter what people say,
In a space like this, I have to give chance to
it's a lot more better here.
France is a good example. The hospital started in France.
I went to France, like you say, I was on the train station one time and I asked someone in English, excuse me, can I get that? Since that fact that I was speaking English,
they don't like
annoyed them. He's like, how can you not speak French? And I was thinking, okay, is it my skin tone? Is it because I'm not speaking English? I know, and then I realised that because I was travelling with a couple of my friends.
I went to France 35 years ago and they don't reply in English.
And
So I had some Indian girls who spoke French from Mauritius. And when they spoke in French, then it was very cordial and friendly. When I spoke in English, there was no response.
Nobody likes English. That's what I've noticed.
No, the French have a thing against
Yeah, I was born here and they're really nice to me.
Yes.
Yeah, I've
But
had.
also the same with you. You said you were born here, aren't you?
No, I came here as a refugee, not from Somalia, at the age of 3.
Okay.
So that's why I said it's my adopted home.
Preschool days.
Yeah, I
But
came
you're
when I
very
was 3.
much integrated.
Yeah.
I can see that straight away.
no, black
What
power,
about
black
what about your parents? Just imagine if you wanted to get married to a white girl, yeah, and she wasn't Muslim. What would your parents say about it? It's only one generation away.
I think my mom's not around no more.
Yeah,
Rest her soul.
rest her soul.
My dad really
Apologies.
because I come from a family that's very
Yeah.
multicultural. Remember I told you I've got non-Somali family members.
Yeah.
Both sides, like my brother, my cousins.
But then is
To
it
me, it's not really a problem in my family.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't speak for every other Somali because people are gonna roast me
Yeah,
later.
yeah,
on,
yeah.
like,
But you know,
Khalid.
I believe that you know, and you've got a pretty good insight into what goes on in other Somali families and the culture. Obviously, because you're quite close to. You said that's your proper home. That's what you see as your proper home.
Depends on who the person is, really. Like with me,
It's the things that we got to talk about, though. To be honest with you, there's these.
I think that the
I'm not really best to ask about religion, you know. So I just like to let everyone see it, you know. But
the black community are not too religious. I mean, some are Christian, but I don't. But generally, you're not a religious community. I don't think.
Caribbean community.
Yes, I don't.
Maybe so. Somewhat. It depends. No, there's a lot of Christians.
Some here are devout.
We've got, you know, with the black community, especially in England as well, it's a lottery pick on what religion it is because the culture is so diverse and that you get
some have
influenced by Islam, you get
some have
influenced
the
by
first
Christian or what's happened in the history.
If you're more mellow on religion, you're more likely to integrate into society.
Yeah, 100%. We're more easygoing.
because you're a religious person. Sorry, was it
I
Simon?
have
What
no
was your name again? Simon?
Sean. Mine's
Sean. So you're saying religion restricts you from integration.
I think so.
If you take it serious, if you,
That's what
yeah.
I think. Because if
What about you, Black Family?
It depends on if you, it depends on your interpretation of the religion. So you've got,
If you're a very strict follower of Islam or even very pious Christianity,
Yeah.
then it makes it awkward to, you know,
integrate.
not just integrate, do all the other cultural things, go and socialise, go to the pub for a drink, etc. You can't do that because it's.
I'm a Muslim, we don't drink. So
Yeah.
I don't drink.
No.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
you're not
saying.
religious, so
But there you go.
Say-
There you go.
do you have to drink to integrate?
No. I watch EastEnders and they go and have an orange juice.
True.
I
But
They
wouldn't
go-
do that. I
why
wouldn't-
not?
Me personally.
Tell me why. Wait, because this is British culture. Pub culture is part of. Why wouldn't you go and have an orange juice?
It's, to me, it's the whole
So look,
it's not my type of scene.
But
It's
then
not
I-
my
yeah.
forte.
Yeah.
so like,
Yeah.
Englishman, you
Yeah.
so like the
I
young man
respect
said.
that. I respect that.
Like the young man said, I would go to the pub with my English, white, Hindu, Sikh friends over the last 40 years, and they would drink anything mixed with alcohol, etc. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
So I would drink like Coke or orange juice.
You're a Muslim?
Yes. And I'd always be like something like common made, like he's a party pooper, he's a this, he's a that. In a subtle, like friendly comment. But I just couldn't do it because that's my cultural, that's the restriction.
Yeah.
But I'd go to the length, like extend myself out, mix in that environment, sit there.
You have to put yourself out
I
there.
want to mix,
I'll go bowling or
integrate.
something, but like, you know, going to
Yeah,
a club,
bowling.
like
It's
that.
totally that's personal
Sorry about that.
preferential.
No.
Football match. What about football match?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
I'm not asking for
I
you.
see. Yeah. See where you're integrating, bruv. You're integrating.
I'll definitely go to a football
But
match.
it's actually talking that breaks down the barriers.
Yeah.
I think
Because I told you that I have a religion, but I don't drink, and you're telling me you don't drink, but you have a religion, and I said you're not that religious, and so are you.
I believe in truth and rights, mate.
But I suspect you like the marijuana.
That's an assumption what you're making, but
But you can't say it here. This is like,
But
I don't dislike it.
But that also mellows
comment,
people
no
out
comment.
and helps you relax and understand, you know, because Muslim guys do smoke marijuana, even if you tell you don't.
Some
Let
do.
me tell you, a lot of
It doesn't mean that
there's
they.
Muslims
Yeah.
and there's Islam. Muslims are people.
Yes.
People do things.
there are a lot of
You know,
Muslims
like,
that follow
Yeah.
I feel like
and they
people
booze
don't-
also.
I understand that straight away. Alright, then I've got a question for you.
Islam is Islam, it's a way of life. And Muslims are Muslims, they're people. People make mistakes, people do
You see
things.
Muslims here boozing, here.
Oh, no. I mean,
And then they're giving it all out.
I don't know,
No,
I haven't seen
is
that myself.
Islam
You
a
will see
religion or is it a ideology?
It's a way of life. I can't really.
A way of life. Yeah. No, just personally, yeah. I'm only going to take it as personal. I'm only going to take it as personal to you. Yeah.
depends which
I don't want to
religion.
probe too deep either. I'm going to probe someone else a little bit. Don't worry about that. Yeah.
Depends which religion you're talking about.
and Islam, aren't they both religions?
No. Muslim's a person.
Okay.
You're a person. I'm a Muslim.
So you were born into the Muslim faith.
Yeah, I was born into. I'm a Muslim, and I believe in
Into the
Islam.
Islamic faith.
And he's not scholar either. You don't see-
He's the follower.
Yeah.
He's not Arsenal.
And
He's a
Islam?
follower of Arsenal.
Islam is the way of life,
Islam,
it's the religion.
Islam is your deen.
That's quite a lot of sense.
No, Islam is the religion. The Muslim is the follower of Islam. Like,
All right.
He's not
As
Arsenal.
all right, let me ask this man a question. I watch.
I do.
But you seem very laid back.
Yeah, because I'm British. I'm from Hertfordshire. Yeah, my family's been here 60 plus years.
And you're proud to be here.
Yes, I am.
So that's really important.
Do you believe that England or Britain is one of the
I'm
most
a very
tolerant
liberal-
countries? Do you
liberal.
think it's one of the most
Yes.
tolerant countries in the world?
I've visited a couple of European countries, and the reception I got, just the feeling in the atmosphere, how I was like looked on at the airport, going around the beaches, going around the town centres. It's just like you feel a lot more less relaxed than being here. Just for the fact that I'm brown.
Yeah.
So you always had to, you could feel it. The atmosphere there was a bit thicker.
Yeah.
You get my meaning?
Yeah, of course.
Strange metaphor. And I think the Eastern Europeans coming in, I've mixed with some of them, and those people are not psychologically used to seeing people like you or me. And they tend to be very racist. My neighbour's a Jamaican.
But you know, like if we say that, do you know when we say that and we say that on camera, yeah, there's lots of
No, let
Eastern
me tell
Europeans
you.
that ain't racist though, and
No,
it's just a
I'm
real
not
big
saying- I'm
stereotype.
not saying not everybody.
Yeah. You gotta be
You can't
careful
paint-
when you say that.
You can't
I know, I
paint-
hate when people
No,
throw out the racist
You
signs.
can't paint them all with the same brush,
Yeah.
right? But I'm saying my immediate neighbour is a Jamaican man. I call him uncle because he's been there before I was born.
Yeah.
And so, but his next neighbour is a Hungarian family. Been
Yeah.
living there about 10 years. They never utter hello to him in the alleyway.
That's weird.
We all share the same alleyway.
Yeah.
But the Jamaican lady who's the one I call uncle, his wife, she tries to say hello to them, but they never respond. Because, and that says it all. They're not used to, living with Jamaicans and coloured people, etc. And Pakistanis and whatever. Whereas, some years back, like our families have been there about 60 years, in those houses, and
You understand the traditions of the and the customs of this country.
So you've integrated. That's just it.
well, I tell you, my brothers and sisters wouldn't say they are anything else other than English.
Yeah.
But that's what's
They
important.
twist it into, they are this kind of whatever, brown English. They're nothing to do with Pakistan or Bangladesh or whatever.
When they do. So is that a bad thing or good thing?
Nothing bad at all.
Denying one's heritage and adopting a new one.
No, no, we're not.
Nah,
We're
you-
not
I'm
doing-
just saying, like, how you
Ooh.
said
Identity.
I'm just asking a question. Well, you know why you said my sister, and they consider themselves more English
No,
than they
but
are
I'm telling
Pakistani
you,
or Bangladeshi.
The Pakistanis, Bangladeshis, the Indian Sikhs, the Jamaican Caribbeans have been here far longer than any other migrant community here.
Yeah.
We've had a history from the turn of the 40s onwards. From the 50s, people have been here.
I know.
So,
Somalis as well. Cardiff.
I know, a few, but the majority of Somalis came in the 90s from the Civil War situation.
But there was a lot in the 60s.
So let these Somali people live here another 30, 40 years. You'll see how the integration takes place. Your community will change. Like some of my cousins are half white, half English, from Cardiff, from Newcastle. My uncles, etc., married.
When you're getting mixed race children, you know that integration's working, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of my cousins, my nephew, nieces are half Newcastle people, half Cardiff. I've got nephew, nieces.
I'm reading the
half-
comments.
Half Somalia. not Somalia, that place, where is it? Sweden.
Sweden, yeah.
A city called Mazla. I have nieces who live there. They're half Bengali, half mother is from there.
What is your definition of integration, though? Because I heard that word. When you
I
say
guess integration means could have a huge spectrum of meaning, whatever you want to, however you want to define it. It means integration.
It's different now.
Something else. My integration doesn't mean you abandon your religion or your where your parents or your.
Is it not true?
But it is slightly adjusted. My culture is not the same as the man coming straight from Dhaka or Sylhet.
All right, I've got a question for you. Do you believe that integration, similar with places like Goodmays, Hayes, where you would see maybe 90%, 95% Arab
Or Asian.
or Asian? Yeah, I'm new to this.
Most people around there are.
Yeah. Do you think that's a good form of integration, or do you think that?
I think there's sort of, the population settled there in the 50s, 60s, 70s.
Yeah.
And then the generations came along. It's gone 3, 4, 5 generations now.
Yeah,
But it is better if everybody's interspersed.
together.
I think.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think those little ghetto places require some of the people.
That's not a ghetto place. Where I was in Goodmays, they all own their houses.
No, I don't.
And in
mean,
Hayes.
I don't mean
not a
property
joke.
ownership. I mean like they've been. Okay, forget the word ghetto.
Yeah,
They've been turned
ghettos
into
are like Croydon and that now.
Ethnic enclaves.
Yeah,
Like little parts are little Pakistan, little Bangladesh.
that's what I thought when I
little
saw.
Somali,
Yeah,
little this, little
Yeah.
that.
that's good. That's like human nature. Some people
No.
with their
no,
own.
but it's not integration though, is it?
But you have a lot, so why
You got a
can't
right.
do the same thing?
Yeah, no, listen, you can have a right to sleep with your own or not to sleep with your own. That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about integration, as in you integrating into this country.
No, but you were mentioning, you mentioned specifically Hayes, so you were mentioning certain areas in South.
That's only the ones that I've seen. Hayes and Goodmays.
Southall, you got Southall as well.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that people
Sorry.
naturally
Yeah.
want to live, certain people want to live amongst their own.
Trying to live wherever they are.
It's like human nature.
Yeah,
Precisely.
If you go to Spain, south of Spain, Portugal, the English clutter together.
yeah.
They want to open their little restaurants where they do.
I don't agree.
breakfast.
I don't. Yeah, I agree with that.
That's not a good thing though.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I don't. Is that going? I'll let you
When
speak.
the British go abroad and they don't integrate with Spanish society,
Yes.
and they isolate themselves, that isn't a good thing.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
I agree. It's not a good thing. But basically, it's human nature. Whenever you're an alien person, you've come to a strange land, you feel protective. If you're with somebody who talks a bit like you, eats a bit like you, whatever.
I think that's.
Why do you
I
think it's a
genuinely
bad
think.
thing, though? As you were
I think it's
saying.
separating us. To be honest with you.
But with the generations,
In a way,
coming
if you go to
generations,
Spain,
gradually
an
people will
English
spread
person
out.
in Spain,
Yeah.
I
you're
went to
just,
Brick Lane last week,
living amongst the English
and there's been a
population
10-year gap
there,
since I
you don't
visited again.
appreciate
and the place has
Spanish
changed.
culture,
Can we just have one?
the Spanish
Sorry.
way of life, the Spanish language, the Spanish food, which is important. That's part of integrating into society. And then they have just fish and chips. Whereas here in this country, I think one of the best-selling dishes of all time is the Indian curry.
Yeah,
I think
chicken
we-
tikka masala.
Even more so than in the rest of the world, and that is a good sign of good integration.
And you know what?
And,
Chicken tikka masala was invented in those curry houses. It's not something we eat in the house. It's made for the drunken white man.
So I love
It
Indian
is,
food.
honestly.
It's one of my
Well, we've got
favourite.
no problem with that.
Even curry is basically like a kebab with a sprinkle of chili on it.
Yeah, man.
If you had the real curry, you wouldn't be eating.
On what?
In regards to what he was saying, where we agreed that it's natural for certain people to stick amongst their own. Do you
Yeah.
think there should be less of that?
No, I think that when you do that and you stick amongst your own, like that, you need to make sure you put extra effort into in integrating yourself as a whole with everybody in the host country what you're in. So if you want to stay together, you can stay together, but you have to make
An effort.
a big effort to show that you respect the people in what country you're in.
But I think a lot of Asian youth and Caribbean youth have tried and are trying. And gradually the situation, the status quo that was here in the 80s, 90s, etc. is changing. People
Yeah.
are integrating.
It's getting better and
You can
better.
see
You got to
it.
look at
You
this
can
country
see
40
in
years
the
ago.
parliament, People
Yeah.
are feeling there are opportunities, especially in the public sector.
So what?
Look,
Integrating is speaking the language, enjoying the cuisine, mixing with the people of that
Yes.
country. That's what we mean when we say integration.
Yes, yes.
Being comfortable in each other's company.
Yes.
That's a good way. That's a
Simple.
brilliant way. That's a
Yeah, and
brilliant
being
way.
respectful of other people's.
Thank you.
Let me tell you, I'm going to put something to you.
Problem that I feel like other people have.
All right, listen. Let me tell you something. No, go on. Yep. Go on. So I was on
You
it.
just said respecting,
respectful.
being respectful. I feel
the
like
other.
of the other people, just because they might not be
It
from the
doesn't
same
matter if
faith,
they're not Muslim
same
or-
religion, or same something as you. You're integrating in a
And
country
what
where.
does that better than music?
Huh?
Music does that better than me generally. Music brings everybody together.
Maybe.
I know it does.
Does a lot of bad and it does a lot of good. Depends on the content.
But that's possibly true. But if you go to a
Cultural music, I guess, helps. Cultural events and cuisine helps a bit.
cuisine,
What was you talking about a second ago? Then I had a really good point. I forgot it.
Respect.
Respect about other people's cultures.
Okay. What I was gonna say is that we should have respect for other people's culture to a certain to a certain thing. But we in England, we got a really dry humour, and we take the piss out of each other. And if you go to another country, they will take that as really offensive. But if you come here, we don't mean no harm by it. Do you understand? I feel like people over here in this country that come into this country are a little bit oversensitive sometimes.
Because they're not used to it.
Yeah, they're a little bit
As the
oversensitive
new
sometimes.
generations come along,
Yeah,
then it will mold into
yeah.
place.
Exactly.
And look at this Somali brother. He's like speaking clear English.
Love
Much
coming and
better.
chatting to him. Every time I love coming and speaking to my brother over here, man. Don't get it twisted.
so when you speak your mind, you should speak your mind.
Yeah.
And if you make a comment that it's meant in a positive way, unless you
Not even in a positive way. Listen to this. Get racism out of here, yeah? You see, when it's coming to, it's more likely, it's not even racism nowadays. It's more about culturalism, religion.
Cultural appropriation as well.
Yeah.
I was
All of those
standing-
things.
I was standing in Camden Town about 2-3 years ago, and there's a very rich road that goes towards Hampstead. And that Arsenal football player, Ian, whatever his name is, Ian Wright, lives along there somewhere with his white, beautiful wife. And some English white man was sitting there and he was, I think, driving past or something in a fancy car, and they were going, he's a black Englishman. He's more English than the English.
Yeah. I would see. Do you see the way how we always see race? I would like to be. I am a black man. You can see that evidently. Yeah. But I like to be known as just a man.
Yes.
Do you understand? Just like you, just like him, just like I aspire. But obviously, you can see that I'm a black man anyway. I don't like it when we're talking about politics and we're talking about things, and then your race or your religion, unless we're talking about race or religion, comes into it. So. Like, because I got friends and family that will come to me and say that I should
when I
approach
say
a
that, I
situation
don't mean it
from.
in that
I'm not. No, listen. I don't take anything personal for a start. When I approach any situation, I should be approaching that situation as a black man. That's
the
what
rule.
they say to me.
That's just the standard way it's become in this country.
Yeah.
Way of talking like this. I would just say this is a brown man. That's
Yeah,
a black
yeah,
man,
yeah, yeah,
this
yeah,
is a
yeah.
white man.
I just think
Although
we need
he's
to be
not white.
conscious of it.
Although
I
he's
just think we
not
need to be
white,
really
it's something
conscious
near
of what we
white
say.
and cream.
Is it not true that black men are the best athletes in the world?
Yeah, 100%. So what are white people
black
good at?
people are the best singers.
Well, that's what we need to talk about then, isn't
Okay,
it?
but
You're good at something.
Boiling potatoes.
You're good at something, ain't ya? I know that. I don't know what it is though. Yeah.
Boiling potatoes.
Yeah, I know.
and so
The legend.
that is true.
Yeah.
So if you think about
But when I say to you, what are white people good at, and you can't think of nothing, that's a shame, you know.
Do all English people know that, Sir Mo
Like
Farah
it seems
is
like you're
Mohammed
not.
Farah?
No, it seems like you can't celebrate
Mo
your
Farah
own
is Mohammed Farah.
accomplishments.
Say double British.
Do you feel bad about? Do you feel guilty about being English?
no, not at all. No, I'm very proud to be English.
Yeah, yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah.
And what I do dislike is when white people
Yeah.
tell me I should be ashamed of it.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I'm very proud to be British.
Yeah, yeah,
And I
yeah.
was told that last week. When
Yeah.
we were talking to that guy, he told me, a white man told me I should
Yeah,
be ashamed
but
of
he's
it.
a leftist.
But it's like, hang on a minute, you know,
No,
everybody should, if you're black,
you
you're
have
proud
your
to be black.
privilege to have your opinion.
You see when you give dawah.
I don't give that.
Oh no, you see when a Muslim gives dawah in this park, yeah? Does he ever say anything bad or negative about Islam? The person giving dawah.
But Again, it depends on horses and courses, the individual you're talking to.
Yeah.
Everyone has their
Alright.
own different agenda.
On my experiences, when I've come to Speaker's Corner, I've only come a few times, so I'm not very experienced. But in my experience of coming here, I've never heard a Muslim giving dawah say something negative about Islam.
Well, it wouldn't be dawah if you gave something negative. That's not dawah.
So I'm asking you, my second question, is that half of the truth there?
No, he's just giving you advice. It's up to you to then do their research.
All right, but what is he giving you one-sided advice then?
Yeah, possibly.
The literal meaning of dawah.
Is that deceitful?
The literal meaning of dawah is invitation. And he's inviting you to his religion, so he's not going to talk negative, is he?
Yeah, he's not going to talk
If
negative.
somebody's inviting you to something,
Yeah.
he's not going to talk negative.
But he should tell you the bads and the goods with what they're inviting you to, or otherwise you could be tricked.
No, they're not tricking you. They're just telling you the positive things, the
And not the
goodness in it.
negative.
They're not going to the negative if there is any negative. It just depends on your perspective.
Country feels like there's negatives.
Which country feels?
This country.
What negative?
I think this country is
Loads.
listening too much to the media, getting the wrong.
I believe that's true.
Just look at
I believe that's true.
if this country really wants to understand in response to what this gentleman said, look at what Imran Khan did. Just this very few days ago, I think on Thursday, at the UN speech, and you'll get it from the horse's mouth of a man brought up, and he's an Oxford graduate, and he married a Jewish woman, that Goldsmith man's daughter. So he will tell you exactly the real version of what Islam is.
Yeah.
He's articulated it beautifully. I watched it last night.
I like to speak to someone who's a bit more scholarly, you know, because I've got some questions that I like to ask. And I think it'd be unfair if I ask them to you on camera, and
I'm not scholarly.
you're in a corner and you can't defend yourself.
I'm just a humble
Yeah,
layman.
All religions, if they're too fundamental, are troublesome.
I'd agree with that.
If you take the Catholic faith,
Yeah,
you know, it's the richest state in the world, and they preach to people telling them not to use condoms, not to do this, not to that. And
But all the padres do, illicit behaviour with kids.
everyone that listen. I'm not going to get too much into it with
And
the
they don't
kids
care
and
about
stuff.
the homeless, do
Listen,
they? They own all those churches
listen.
and the
As much as you're condemning him, saying that you should the kids in the Catholic Church, you should be condemning your people as well. That's what Tommy Robinson was trying to
But
film.
he said
All religions,
he
yeah,
can be, if they're fundamental, they become troublesome.
yeah.
And if you don't have a belief, and where we can all live and breathe and love together, that's a
Yeah.
good thing. When you
That's the
start
goal.
telling people that they are wrong because they have a different belief, or that is when it becomes wrong.
that's again returning to the earlier talks we
Yeah.
were doing. Again, that will be sort of helped, and the thing he was just saying, it'll be better and the situation improve if you again integrate, learn a few things about each other's culture,
Got to.
respect for the other,
Yeah.
and learn about.
Another thing I was saying
I would always
about
recommend learn a little about what it means to be British. Really,
Yeah,
There's good things.
100%.
There are many good things in this society. There are many negative things.
Yeah.
But not everything about the English and the British is wrong.
I agree with that.
Yeah. Do you think, Islam can ever come to terms with British humour? So, like there's big things if you draw the Prophet Muhammad, or they do it with Jesus all day, but it seems...
Again, I refer you to Imran Khan's speech.
I'm going to watch it.
He dealt with this exact topic of what Salman Rushdie did, how the cartoons affect the Muslims, how the Muslims take Prophet Muhammad, endear him to their heart, how they find it sensitive, compared to, he was saying when he was a teenager, he was here in the 70s, and he was baffled by the fact that the Christians allowed Monty Python to take the piss out of Jesus Christ, you know what I mean? So watch his UN speech, and you will get it from a Pakistani man who's very Anglo-sized.
I've got some people in there saying Islam should be banned. These are the ones that you got to talk to, though. This is what you got to do, It's real.
I agree with that.
If you don't talk about it, there's going to be war or something afterwards.
Might not learn.
Yeah.
They might see a different type of Muslim talking in a different type of way.
I can go over there and film somebody else, and he's going to speak in a different way to what you're speaking to.
But this is again, I keep telling you, Islam's Islam. Muslims are different.
Who do I go to speak to?
Any type of Muslim that's willing to be spoken.
Exactly, but who do I go to? The authority, because this is the problem as well. Like, if you've got a problem in the Christian church, or something happens in a Christian church, I can go to that Christian, go to the police, report it a thingy. They go to the head of the church. The head of the church sends it down with the Catholic or the Christian thingy. Who do I go to if I've got a problem with Islam?
The person.
Exactly. There's no one to.
I'll say it's direct to the point. If you've got a problem with Muslims,
No, some people got a problem with the ideology.
that's their problem.
No, but if it's affecting their way of life in their country, then it's your problem as well. You can't just say it's their problem, because we're in their country. Us, I'm going to say we, I'm going to put myself in that thing and say, we're in their country, we have to be worried about what their concerns are in their own country. We always have to be aware of that. I was born here, and I'm thinking that I have to be aware of that. So somebody coming over into this country, not taking those things serious, they can get pissed off, and violence can happen. Do you understand?
Isn't that part of teaching people how to integrate as well?
That's what I'm here trying to do. Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Have you done any research on the actual religion? Have you read any hadiths or any Quran?
Very little, but I got common sense.
It works both ways. You can speak to an imam, or you can come here and speak to someone who's knowledgeable. Because there are many people who come here, but you also have to do your own research by reading the Quran and certain.
Let me tell you something about me though. I don't want to be a master in the Quran. I don't want to be a master in everything. Because everyone in this country isn't a master at everything. They're a layman. Do you understand?
The problem is, if you don't do any basic research and you do come to someone,
I will do basic
they're
research.
going to then ask you, what would you like to know? And then you won't have a question.
I've got basic questions. As you could, I've got basic questions to ask. Just basic layman's questions, and I'm learning more every day. So it's all good. Yeah. Yo, love my brother. I definitely want to talk more with you. What's your name? Preston. Nice to meet you, Black Band Man. I'll tell you my name afterwards on camera. My name is Bloody Band. Yeah. Nice to meet you, and hopefully I'll talk to you around again soon. We'll talk around. Just gonna mooch about, see Wagwan. My brother. Content over everything, love, blessings for everything. You done know already. Let's move on.
Black Band Man.
Done know, bro. Respect, brother. Done know. Everything bless, yeah? Done know. I'm gonna come and holler at you in a little while. I'll phone you a little bit later. Done know. Quite an informative chat there. That was a decent chat. Huh?
What? You live in a body and you have a soul. Spirit, body, soul, one person. God is Father, Son, Spirit, one God.
Ooh, this one looks good.
Most people in Great Britain today.
I need to get in there.
In a kind way. So Allah said, in a kind way. To deal with them in a kind way. And to be just with them.
Getting in on this one.
Allah loves those who are just. So Allah told us in the Quran, to be just with them, deal with them in a good way. Now here, and that's why, but you want to bring all these things. You just want to, throw things. And I said, okay, about taking.
We're going to the veterans campsite in a minute as well. We'll be going to a bit later. How you doing, mate? You're right. Respect.
Are they gonna be nice people? How are they? That's why you need to understand. Even when you look at one person or one relative, look at yourself.
Sorry, can I move in? Can I move in a little bit, please, brother? Is that all right? Can I move in next to you? Is that all right? Thank you.
So, Mohammed, don't block my shop.
Mohammed, thank you.
Don't block my shop.
I'm not going to block your shop.
Thank you for agreeing that when you have enemies before you, smiling in the face and cursing in your heart is normal human action, and Islam is nothing different from it. Islamic Allah has no different judgment on that. In other words, Islamic Allah and Islam is just made up through normal human mindset. Muhammad, who is a normal human Arab, who would have cursed people in their hearts, just made things up and attributed to some superior being who is no superior in terms of moral character. Islam is just normal human action enshrined in religion. Hatred, violence, slavery, normal human action. Thank you for agreeing to that. And then you ask me, would I do it? If it happens to me, if a daughter of mine is being raped, would I give the other daughter? The question is not that, Muhammad. Please listen to the question again. I'm not asking if human beings would do it. I'm asking if Islamic Allah, if God would do it. Islamic Allah of the Quran seems to do it. Yahweh doesn't seem to do it. And Yahweh, Jesus Christ says, bless those who curse you. Bless those who curse you. In other words, to me, in Yahweh, in Jesus Christ, I see superior moral character. In Islamic Allah of the Quran, I see a simple Arab character, and I don't want to be specific. That's normal human character. Normal human character. Normal human character.
That's racism, by the way.
Normal human character. Islamic Allah of the Quran is
By the
no.
way, that's racism.
What's
By the
racism?
way, by law, you cannot say
So when Allah is deceiving,
I cannot say Arabs or to
Did
say
Islam come from Arabs?
when Allah
Did Islam come from Arabs? My focus is simple. Islam came from Arabs. It seems like it's simple Arab feeling, much like all humans.
Yeah, I'm amateur. I don't even know what I'm doing.
Enshrined
Yeah.
in a religion, nothing to do with God.
Time.
Okay, now going back to the point. Yeah. Here, let's read in Jeremiah as you said. Then I said, oh Lord, show the money down here. Yeah. Yes, utterly here, the God deceived the people here. That's in Jeremiah 11. Thank you, now here, why God is deceiving? Yeah? You're talking about deception, and you're accusing other people of sin. No, here the Yahweh, as you said, and Jesus.
I'm going to ask him some questions in a minute.
And Jesus says, deceiving people. So here, Jesus deceiving people. And you said, going back to the same point. Jesus, when he was alive, he didn't say about the day of judgment. Hold on a second. Jesus, he didn't say about the day of judgment. He said, bring those people who doesn't accept me as a king and slay them before me.
That was a parable.
Parable, I don't care if it's parable or not. My point is, this is how he feels. This is how he feels against them. This is how Jesus. And Jesus, he feels against his enemy that he will kill them. Jesus, he feels, he said, I came with a sword. Jesus said as well, bring those who doesn't accept me as a king and kill them, slay them before me. So this is how he feels against them. So for us, at least we don't feel wanted to kill someone. At least if we curse, that's less than what Jesus is doing. If we hate someone who is evil, wanted to kill us, no one will say you cannot hate them. We hate them. Of course, we hate them. In the same time, look at yourself. Your Jesus saying to you that they deserve to be killed. They killed them before me. That's what he said. That's why the Crusaders did. That's why they killed the Muslims. That's why they killed thousands of Muslims because of that. That's why many Christian people who went extreme and 15 in according to this. So this is the point. That's why
I've done it by accident. What do you mean?
Clearly, those
Shut up,
who
man.
deal with you in a good way, deal with them in a
Disrespect
best way,
me,
in the
bro.
best manner, in a kind manner, and in a just way.
I was born yesterday.
And the one who's time.
All right, Muhammad, thank
Wait,
you.
I don't. Let me change the battery.
Continue. We don't have time to wait for them. No, you continue. All right, stop. We have a camera.
Be fair, Sheikh.
Continue. Okay, they want to finish.
let him change the
No.
Let him change the
Listen.
He knows he can't
Okay, that's
answer your
one
question.
here.
Go.
It's done. It's done.
No,
20 seconds from his time.
listen, you're being silly, but that's fine.
20 seconds from his time, please.
I'm finished.
Don't worry about it, Bobby.
So, Muhammad, thank you for agreeing that you really hate us. You are you really hate many of us.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That's very, we are grateful at least. Even though you hate us, at least you're not doing Takia, telling the truth as it is. Going back to Jesus.
Don't lie about you.
Going back to
Don't lie about you.
you can check out your video again.
I
Going
said-
back
I
to
said-
Jesus,
I said-
my brother Paperboy there clearly said it's a parable, but even regardless of that, I do agree that Jesus is a judge. There is going to come a judgment day when you better be terrified looking at Jesus. If you still disobey, run far away from Jesus Christ, you better be terrified. Jesus is going to come back as a judge. Very important. Now, going back to Crusaders, we can have a long discussion on that later. That's not the topic today. Deception. Thank you for agreeing you hate. Thank you for agreeing that Takia in some situations is sensible and you do it, you are advocating other Muslims to do it. There are only two questions left to be asked. Number one, can you confirm if Taqiyya Surah 3 Ayah 28 applies today for the people in the UK and the wider Western world? Does it apply or not? Can you please clarify? And number two, if it does not apply, if it does apply, then please openly agree. If it does not apply, please tell before camera, Surah 3, Ayah 28 can be scribbled out of Quran, scribbled out. Quran doesn't apply to everyone for all times. Scribble out Surah 3, Ayah 28. Please. Does it agree? Does it apply to UK today? Does it not? Thank you for agreeing that you hate us. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheikh.
What is Taqiyya? Now you mentioned I never said this. Why do you lie? Did Jesus tell you to lie?
Check out the video again.
This is Jesus. Their Jesus love. Their Jesus love. Their Holy Ghost telling them to lie. He's lying now.
Check it
Look
out.
at it.
He never said that he hates you.
I said
He
he didn't
never
hate
said
you.
that.
I said Allah told us in the Quran. Again, let me repeat what I said. Allah told us in the Quran. Of course, there are people who deserve to be hated. Someone who's taking
Name.
Someone who's taking me as enemy. Someone who wanted to kill me. Do I love him? No, of course I hate him. Simple as that. If you wanted to kill me, or he, as he calls me, of course I hate an individual who wanted to kill me. If I didn't do nothing to you, why do you want to kill me? Of course I hate you. Who doesn't? Okay, that's part of my time. Add that 10 seconds. 10 seconds more. Yeah? So now here,
big business.
you see here, look at this hypocrisy. And he is lying to me. If you, by the way, if you hate me and you wanted to kill me, of course I hate you. If you don't have any plan, if you don't have any plan to kill me, you don't have any plan, for example, to harm me or harm my family or harm any Muslim, why I need to hate you? I want to be guided for you. I want you to be guided to the right path. And this is what I want for you. This is what I wanted for you. I don't hate you if you are in this. But if you are raging war against Muslims and Islam, and you're taking them as enemy to you, of course I hate you. Simple as that. That's how is it. That's you need to understand where it is. And any person, by the way, related as well to hide what you believe, what you believe, and to hide as well. There are many people who are being oppressed worldwide. All people. There are many people who are oppressed. There are some gangs who are controlling certain areas. What do you think about them? Even Muslim or non-Muslim? What do you think? They cannot even expose what they believe. They cannot expose even whatever they have. So that's why Allah...
I'm going. Fucking hell. I'm going to get back to him. He's a bit long-winded. I think we got some Brexit guys over here. Where's the Brexit guys? Where's the Brexit guy? Oh man.
Jesus Christ says, you know, unless you honor the Son, you honor the Father. If you don't honor the Son, you don't honor the Father. So if you believe that God will hear your prayers, you
but deny the power of
You shouting, kid! You shouting at her! Talk to her in a way she can understand!
If you can't convince children, how can you convince us?
No, shout at her! He's shouting at her! He's not like
He's a speaker.
For our soul are saved and lift up the city and making the sin, yet away with
Where's your veil?
Ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. Ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. Now, as strangers, we stood Moses, so do this also resist the truth.
He don't wanna listen. He don't wanna listen to us. He don't wanna listen to us. He just we call him liar. Liar, liar, liar.
Why don't you let him talk?
Liar.
Why don't you let him talk?
It's up to me, man.
Yeah, I know Speaker's Corner though.
You have changed it. Here, read your Bible. Tell me.
Go and get him. Yeah, go and get him for me.
Patience, persecution,
affliction which came unto me at Antioch, at Iconium, at Lystra, what persecution I
got a little
endured,
baby questioning
and
him.
out of them all the Lord delivered me. And he said, listen, yea, and all that will live godly in Christ Jesus shall
She's a strong little
and
girl.
will suffer persecution.
If you find out
Yes,
that
all
Christianity is
that
not
will
the
live godly
Trinity,
in
I'm a
Christ
Christian.
Jesus
How many
shall
times did
and
Jesus
will
die and
suffer
came back alive again? How many times?
I'm here for the good
How
news,
many
sir.
times?
Come on, man. Come on.
Good news, good news.
shall worse.
Come on.
Worse and worse. Deceiving and being deceived. But continue sound.
He said he died. He just said, he was saying he died.
And that from a child. And that from a child. Thou hast now with the Holy Scripture, which are able. And that from a child.
Man, you guys always beefing. No one want to have peace with their brothers. Everyone is beefing, man.
And that from a child.
Everyone claims they one God. That's where it should end, man. Don't tell me anything about it. Oh God, I want my peace. I love you guys. Yeah. If you hate me, I hate me too. Fuck me.
But he was buried. He was buried.
And that from a child.
That's how real the love should be.
The Holy Scripture, which are able to make you right unto salvation through Jesus Christ, as there is the whole Scripture is given by the Spirit of God. Is profitable for correction, for instruction in righteousness, that the man of God may be solid, furnished unto all.
And you all visit Son of God's creation.
Why do other Christians say, oh, there was a time people just outbeat you by 5 more?
1v1, 1v1.
Why does it say that Jesus had died and came alive again? Who gave him his soul back? Who gave him his soul back?
Answer.
Himself.
So he wasn't that.
I can answer it. No. 1 John says, in the beginning was the
subscribe for
Word,
more,
and the Word was with God, and the Word was God.
Jesus Christ said, it is finished.
language that
He
makes
gave
sense.
up his cross. He gave up his spirit.
If there was a
Because he's God.
times tables test, I would choose my
Jesus
channel.
Christ is God.
Caves and seeing angels. I say that's angles, but no
Jesus Christ is fully God and fully man.
How can he be created
There's a message that was given.
He's not created. He's uncreated.
No, was Jesus God?
He is God and was God and would be God forever. Uncreated. He is not creation. He was there in the beginning.
How can he have a father if he was not a creator? I got a question. I got a question.
Because the foundation of this world, before even you were born, Jesus Christ knew you by name.
Okay then, how did...
God.
Okay,
So
fine.
he's not
Fine,
God.
if he wasn't born,
She said, who
if he wasn't born, even
His
before
word spake
Jesus...
Jesus and lifted up his
Even
eyes to heaven
before
and said,
Jesus.
Father, thou is come, glorify thy
The
Son.
world was created
He said,
even
Father,
before Jesus.
thou is come, glorify
world
thy
was
Son,
created
that thy
before
Son may also glorify thee. And thou hast given him power over all flesh, that he should give eternal life to as many as thou hast given him. And Jesus life eternal, that they may know thee, the only true God, and Jesus Christ, whom thou hast sent.
Anybody who isn't preaching Islam seems to be
before the world was, I have manifested thy name unto the men which thou gavest me out of the world. Thine they were, and thou gavest them me, and they have kept thy word. Now they have known that all things whatsoever thou hast given me out of thee, and have given them thy word, and they have received them, and have now seen thy came out from thee, and they have believed that thou didst send me. I pray for them, I pray not for the word, but for them that thou hast given me, for they are signs, and all mine are
that rain, people. It's going off.
And none of them is not, but the son of perdition.
Understand enough to come and instruct me.
There's no point in you preaching it. No one's gonna get saved.
I pray not that God will take them out of the world, but that God will bring them in from the evil. They are not of the world, they are not of the world. So I see that truth. I work on truth, and I was ready to the world. So have I the land, the world, and God has saved it. I stand by my truth. Now they are the one through the truth. Now it's the prayer I pray the Lord.
Let him speak. Let him speak.
And the glory with us given me, I've given them, now they make me one. I is them, and thou is, now they make like everyone, now the world made me, may not the last day, and the glory with us given, I've given them, now they make me one, even as they are one.
Why don't you let him speak? No, you lot are taking liberties. You're taking the piss. I actually start cussing them still, you know, like, allow it. Allow it. If I watch them carry on disrespecting that man, I'm going to get pissed off, so I thought I better walk away, see what else is going on. This man there preaches Christianity a long time.
Olumba do not use noble. That's what he doesn't use noble. That's what he said. I'll use the Congo.
Right, oi people, it's raining on my thing and it's mashing it up. I'm gonna get a charge. We're gonna go to the. All right, cool. Let me turn this around. Right, people, we're gonna come back here a little bit later, but we're gonna go over to where. We're going to go to where the veterans are camped just up the road, and we're going to see what they're saying, because they haven't had a lot of coverage, so we're going to go over there, see what's going on. We're going to tune back in about 15-20 minutes. Love, respect, you done know. Black Van Man, I'm out. Top right.